Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Glory Reds podcast. And it's your boy Don Benito. And do we have a banger for you here today? So, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, there's quite a few things that we'll be talking about. We're going to be talking about Angel Gomez. We are going to be talking about Sofian Amrabat. We are going to be talking about players that Manchester United are scouting at the moment. We are going to be talking about injuries. We are going to be talking about Jose Mourinho, Fenerbahce, the works. Join me. Let's go. So, first things first. Let's talk about the scouting that's happening at Napoli right now. So, Manchester United have sent scouts to watch two players in two positions, a winger and a defender, a central defender, which is what I find very, very strange. Shouldn't we be out there scouting wingbacks, fullbacks? Because that's the current problem. That's the place that we currently are lacking. Unless Manchester United have got some sort of what can I say, a plan? Because how can they be looking for a centre back when we are loaded at Manchester United? Unless maybe in January they're planning on getting rid of some, I don't know. But I thought it was weird that we're looking at another centre back. We already have Lenny Yoro marinating there. We've got De Ligt, we've got Martinez. That's our first three, right? Like the first three defenders. And then we've got Lindelof, Maguire, Evans. Evans, we've given him a 1-year contract. I think it's going to be like that, unless maybe next season it's going to be the end. But Evans is just one of those guys that I don't think Manchester United would have a problem, Manchester United fans would have a problem with Evans getting these 1-year extensions because he's doing a job. But maybe Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof, in fact, those are the only two defenders I see actually that if there's any defender that's to leave Manchester United, those are the only two that I see leaving because they've been here longer. You know, they've had their chance. Yeah. So with that being said, I just find it very weird that we're looking at another centre back. I don't know what you guys think. Do you think we actually should be looking at another centre back? Maybe we should, but again, like, what are we trying to do? We already have the butcher. Like, what are we? Are we trying to confuse ourselves? Are we trying to depth? Is that it? I don't know. But I just found it weird. And then this winger, Gravazzelia. I found this story very, very interesting. Because it's the second time I'm seeing it. You know, like it came out the first time I read about it, I'm like, really? Manchester United? We just sold Scott McTominay to Napoli. So why on earth are we now trying to do that? Like, is that because we sold Scott McTominay to them? Now we've opened what is it? A pathway for players to come and go in Napoli. I don't know. But Gravazzelia, this guy from Georgia, he's been somebody. I think even in the past we were linked to him. I think before we even got Anthony the spin, like our boy Anthony. Like, I think we were looking at also getting Gravazzelia, but I think at the time Napoli wanted to take a piss. I think they wanted 100 mils or 100 M's or some shit like that. So it made no sense. But now things have changed. Things have absolutely changed. And so here's the situation with Gravazzelia. His contract ends in 2027. That's just tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's like the day after tomorrow. And he told Napoli that, listen, I'm open to us having a discussion, but this is what I want. I want 8 M's per year. Like, he just wants an increased salary situation, which is 4 times what he already has right now. Otherwise, he's not signing. And when I looked at how much he's earning, obviously I didn't want to do the maths and start confusing myself and making myself look dumb. But he's earning 8 million a year in Napoli, which apparently is 4 times what he's currently getting right now. So, big man, like, for the talent that he is and the money that they're paying this guy, like, it looks shaky. it looks shake. It looks like an opportunity, basically, because we are Manchester United. We want somebody, we like somebody. If we are able to construct a deal and give that guy money, we will do it. And that's exactly what I think. Well, I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen, but I think it's a very interesting topic because Anthony could leave Manchester United. There's a huge possibility that Anthony could leave Manchester United, be it in the summer, like in the January or the summer. Him and Maguire. So maybe that's why. Now that I'm saying these things to you, it's like hitting me like boom, boom, boom. Maybe that's why. Because remember, in one of the episodes that I did, that Maguire and Ericsson, was it Maguire and Ericsson? Yeah, Maguire and Anthony were up for sale in January, like they don't mind. So maybe that is what they're trying to do. Maybe Manchester United is trying to go for Kvaratskhelia to bolster our wing situation, which, by the way, I find it very, very interesting. I welcome this deal. I believe, I like the player. Kvaratskhelia is another player that's going to add something different to Manchester United. And he's from Georgia. These poor countries, these small countries where players, like if a player breaks out of a small country, he becomes a god in his country. So obviously when he comes there, he's thinking about taking his game to the next level. So I don't think he's one of those players that's going to come to Manchester United and then he's going to tank. I don't believe so. So I actually endorse this deal because personally, for me, I think it's a fantasy. I feel like it is one of those, for me, when I say fantasy, and when I use the word fantasy, I mean, I say it in the sense that you want this player, but there's no chance of you getting this player. So Kvaratskhelia is a fantasy for me. It's one of those that I look at him and I'm like, man, if we could have this player at Manchester United, I think things would be different because he's a hard worker. He's not somebody that, well, I guess maybe when he comes to Manchester United, then we'll see, because everybody just comes to Manchester United, then pew, so we will see. We will see in that sense. But I'm very happy. Well, not happy, but I was excited when I read that topic. And then this next player, oh man, this one I think is going to make Pastor D very, very happy, because this is one of Pastor D's, what can I say, guilty pleasures. Angel Gomez. Angel Gomez, guys. The return of the prodigal son. What say you? What say you? I say hell yeah. And I'll give you my reasons for why. Angel Gomez left Manchester United under very difficult circumstances. The position that he occupies, there was already a maestro there. I'm not sure if it was Mata. I'm not sure if it was Bruno. I'm not sure. But we had somebody in that position. Angel Gomez, just at the time, it didn't make sense. And I remember having this discussion with Pastor D. By the way, Pastor D loves Angel Gomez. You should see Pastor D speak about Angel Gomez, and rightfully so. Like, we go way back with Angel Gomez. Trust me when I say this. Like, we discussed this boy at length back in the days. And we were actually sad that we were letting him go, because he was somebody that we were thinking, but how is this youngster not getting a chance at Manchester United? How? He's got the brains. He's very dynamic. He's a sponge. He's a sponge. You can literally tell this kid anything in that midfield and he'll do it. I think he can play any position in that midfield situation. And he's small. And I don't know, maybe it was his size. I don't know. But there was a gem there. There was a player there. Kid goes out. Boa Vista, Leo, whatever. He goes out on loan. Whatever it is that he did. I think we sold him. Yeah, but he went to Boa Vista in Portugal. Because he's kind of Portuguese or half Portuguese or something. So it was like he's going back home. And then he comes back. He's now in France. He's doing the business. Got his first call up for England. It's like things are moving. And now, his situation at Lille is that his contract ends at the end of the... It ends this coming summer. Like at the end of the season, it ends. So in January, Angel Gomez could be he's a free agent basically. So Leo are trying to negotiate or extend his contract, I say, per se, you could say. But the talks are not really taking off, which means Angel Gomez will leave for free. Like, if he doesn't sign a new contract with Leo, he'll walk out for free. Just like what Pogba did with us twice. He'll walk out for free. So there was this article that was talking about Angel Gomez and like a reunion with Manchester United. And then when I was reading it, at first I was like kind of rejecting it because I'm like, listen, I don't want this kid to come back and then we put all this unnecessary pressure on him and then he tanks and then it's like, why did he come back? I don't want that. He doesn't deserve that. As a player, he doesn't deserve that. Trust me, he's a gem. He's a gem. So I kept thinking about it, and then I'm like, wait, hold up. Right now, currently, we've got Mason Mount injured. Ugarte is still trying to be integrated. Bruno is not ticking. Eriksen's contract is running out. Casemiro's contract is running out. Collier is injured. Dango is injured. Like, I'm looking at all our midfielders, and things are just, and I'm like, whoa. You know what? I'll take Angel Gomez right now. Like that's how it started hitting me. Then I'm like, and I started looking at Eriksen, especially like that Eriksen position, because when back then when we got rid of him, I thought he was going to be Mata's prodigy. Mata's heir to the throne. You know what I mean? That's what I thought. Well enough. Mata, then we got Bruno. Everything went. But still, I still felt like there was still something that he could do in that position or in our team. So now this is where we are. Boy's contract is running out. It's expiring at the end of the season. If he doesn't extend with Leo, he walks out for free. Now, Manchester United, will you take Angel Gomez? I would take Angel Gomez. I would. And I'm not saying that, I would and I wouldn't. I say I would because when I look at Eriksen, when I look at Mason Mount, I'm not trusting Mason Mount at the moment right now, which is strange because he's somebody that I love and I really want him to do well because, I know what Mason Mount can do, but his injury issue is bothering me. But we'll get into that. And then we've got the Eriksens and all these other guys, and I'm like, no, let's bring in Angel Gomez. Definitely. I'm 100% backing that deal. Like, if we can get him in, that boy will improve. And I believe he's got a lot to prove to Manchester United. He's got a lot to give as well. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to be the guy that saves Manchester United. No, obviously we need to recruit more. We need to add players into the roster. It's still a process, but I wouldn't mind getting that boy back for free. For free? Come on, man. You just slap that boy with 70K a week and he comes to Manchester United for free. We don't need to pay any costs or none of that. All day I would bring in Angel Gomez. Whether that is good or beneficial to Manchester United, I don't know. But he fits the criteria of what Ineos are looking for at Manchester United. So, you know what? This Angel deal, like, keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. I don't want to say it will happen, but it's something that Manchester United should be looking at. Now, we're talking about Sofyan Amrabat because we're traveling to Istanbul. We're already at Istanbul, going to play Fenerbahce. And Sofyan Amrabat, I guess, was asked why he's not at Manchester United or something like that. And he just basically said, ask Jason Wilcox why I'm not at Manchester United. So clearly when I read that, I'm like, okay. One, Amrabat didn't want to leave Manchester United. Nobody wants to leave Manchester United once you're there. It's the biggest club in the world, So I think he was a little bit hurt that Manchester United didn't retain his services, which I'm sure it puzzles you and some other people. Like, it puzzles us why didn't Amrabat stay? I get we wanted to get Ugarte in, but how much was it that we needed to pay to get Amrabat in? Like, seriously? Are you telling me that we didn't have that money? Man, sometimes these guys, they just wanna pull one over us. Like, it makes no sense. So Amrabat is basically blaming Ineos. He's saying Ineos didn't do their due diligence, basically. You guys, I wanted to be at Manchester United, but what say you? You tell me to fuck off. So he bounced. So that's the situation. You know, I don't know how much or how deep or if Ineos regret not retaining Amrabat or whatever. I don't know. But I think personally, and I think a lot of United fans would agree that listen, towards the end, we bought in Amrabat. We were excited about Amrabat. We're excited about the kind of player that he was because he was playing a position that we so desperately needed to fill. Casemiro was injured and not firing, all those things. So we needed somebody there. Amrabat came in there and did a job. It wasn't pretty, but he did a job. He was one of our best players in the final against Manchester City. So you would think that this guy is going to get rewarded for his services. And he wasn't. He wasn't. Now he is going to join my uncle, Jose Mourinho, that side. You know? So now we're going to have Jose Mourinho, Sofian Amrabat, and Fred. Ex-players, ex-manager, what. It's going to be a beautiful reunion. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reunion. But now let's talk about the game. Let's talk about Fenerbahce versus Manchester United. Honestly, personally, I know I'm jumping the gun by saying this, and I don't know how you guys are going to take this, but Manchester United, I think we have started. I want to choose my words right. The journey that we are on, like all this time, Manchester United, we've been trying to climb, right? This is what we're trying to do, and then go. At the moment, Manchester United is flat like this, right? And then just at the head, it's just tilting just a bit. Like all this needs to go eventually up. So right now it's like this flat, and then there's just this. This is what we've been fed so far. Like the 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 little bits and pieces that we see that these guys can actually punish. This is it. It has not yet taken over. So I think we've already began the journey. So it's now just one of those things where then Manchester, then maybe we'll dip in Yana, but hey, this is where we're going. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I think Manchester United will beat Fenerbahce. Not a big scoreline, maybe a 2-1, or a 1-0, or a 3-1, or 3-2. But I think Manchester United will win. And I'll tell you why. Manchester United, so far in Europe, in as much as people are saying, hey, we're doing bad, we haven't lost. We haven't lost. We drew our first game against Twente. We drew our second game against Porto at Porto. By the way, that was not easy. People like to play down our achievements, which is fine because they're haters. But that result we got at Porto is not for the faint-hearted. A lot of people go out there and get smacked up. And Fenerbahce might just be another situation because the atmosphere and all of that. But I just believe our players have gotten into another gear. You know what I mean? We are in this journey with our players. Come on. We're in this journey with our players. We see what they're doing. We watched in the on the weekend. We saw the boys do their thing against Brentford. It was nice. It was nice. We enjoyed it. Yes, they could have done more. They could have done better. There are improvements, but it was nice. It was very nice. This game in particular, the reason why I say we might win, and I know this might be very controversial right now, but I'm going to say it anyway. It is because my Magnifico is benched or is not suspended. He's not going to feature. This is the game of all games in terms of seeing what we can do without Bruno. I really want to understand if Bruno is our problem or not right now. Because there's an issue. There is a fucking issue. And whether you like it or not, that issue needs to be solved as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Now, Bruno has not been having a very good start to the season. Everybody can attest to that. Everybody knows it. Like he's giving below par performances, and that's not right. And when Bruno gives below par performances, our team doesn't play well. Unfortunately, we are linked like that. We are in the same WhatsApp group. Do you understand what I mean? We are connected like that. And if Bruno doesn't tick, the team doesn't tick. It doesn't. It doesn't. It takes for a special occasion for these guys to be like, and then Bruno just looks like a placeholder or just somebody that's just there. But normally, if Bruno is firing on all cylinders, oh my God, we are untouchable. Now, this is the one opportunity that we've got to see whether it is Bruno who is causing our team to not tick or whatever or not. And this is the strangest thing. I love Bruno. He's my captain. I speak his praises. I'm just not happy with how he's played. However, if we go out there and then we smash Fenerbahce without Bruno, I think it's going to tell us a lot of things. And it's going to be one of those things where Bruno needs to go and look at the mirror himself. Because I don't think... Honestly, like I said, that's the reason why. And I know it sounds weird and I can't really explain why. I will try. But like I said, if we go and smash those guys, then I think Bruno is a problem. Not entirely, but he's contributing to us being stagnant. You know what I mean? Because you look at today, how many midfielders do we have? Three midfielders have traveled to Turkey. Ugarte, Eriksen, Casemiro. That's it. The rest are attackers, the rest are defenders. Those are the only three midfielders that we've got. No Kobe, no Collier, no Dango, nothing. Nada. Bruno Fernandes was supposed to be another cog in there, suspended. So we're relying on three midfielders. Those guys need to have their A game on today. They're playing 90 minutes and some. You understand? So if we go out there today and put up a show against Fenerbahce, I think I'm going to have to analyze the game even better to try and see what it is that Bruno is doing to us. Clearly, we can see misplaced passes, trying the Hollywood passes, extreme stuff that don't work. And a lot of that has been happening this season. So until he goes, look in the mirror, captain. Like, for real, like, you are the heartbeat of the team. You need to be right. You need to make the right decisions for the team moving forward. Like, how are you thinking of a pass when the person that you're intending the pass to has not even made the run? Is not even looking at you. You have not even locked eyes. You just doom there. Like, I don't get it. So, with that being said, I know I might have sounded a little bit harsh, but he's my magnifico. He's my favorite player at Manchester United. But I'm not going to pull any punches. Like, I need to put him on blast. He's not performing. And this game is going to be very interesting for us to see because Eriksen will be in that number 10 position. He will be there. We'll see how he distributes. We'll see how he does his thing. So we'll take it from there. Speaking of Eriksen so far this season has been, he has been fantastic. Fantastic. When I say fantastic, obviously might be in the way I'm expressing myself, I'm probably exaggerating. But then you know what I mean. Eriksen has been good. Eriksen's contract expires in the summer. People are asking him, Wagwan. He's like, yo, listen, I'm still with Manchester United. I don't know if Manchester United are going to extend his contract, but I have this strange feeling. I don't know why, but I have this strange feeling that they might. He might just be another Johnny Evans, just getting those extensions, like just playing with us. Because where else is Eriksen going to go? Like, where? There are teams, yes, but where? After Manchester United, where? Easy. The last but not least, well, no, I scratched that. Jose Mourinho. We are traveling to Fenerbahce to meet Uncle Jose. Uncle Jose has got nothing but sweet words for Manchester United. This man, I swear to you, I love him dearly. I love Jose Mourinho. I think, when I think of, the love I have for Grandpa Fergie, bruh, I have the same love for Jose Mourinho. like it's crazy. I have the same love for Pep because he was at Barcelona. You know, there's just these things. These guys have brought certain like happiness in my life, and Mourinho is the guy. Man, he's my guy. When I say Mourinho is my guy, I'm not kidding. Like I know people say he's washed up and all that stuff and blah blah blah, but you cannot deny that that man is a winner. If he plots a plan for your distraction, best believe that he might see that thing through. Now, I'm not saying that that's what he's planning on doing with Manchester United. I don't think he's going in there saying, I want a revenge. Nah, nah. Because he's relaxed. He's only got nothing but good things to say about Manchester United. And it brings me so much joy. When I hear him, when I see him, I smile. My heart goes warm. I'm like, he's talking about us. He was like, listen, Manchester United and Tottenham are the two favorites to win this Europa League. Everybody can say what they want to say, but the Premier League level is higher than the rest. It's strong. So players from there, teams from there already have an advantage. And then he said Manchester United shouldn't come to Fenerbahce and think that it's going to be a walk in the park. Because the moment they do that, that's going to be a big mistake. He's not, man, I enjoyed I really did. They talked about the past when he was there and I kid you not, every time I'm reading Jose Mourinho, like the way I used to sit there and look at Jose Mourinho during his press conferences, I used to be glued. Jose Mourinho press conferences, I wouldn't miss. I wouldn't want to miss. I would be just there, like, just because I know he's gonna give me something. And what I'm going to say is gonna. I have this strange feeling that he might come back to Manchester United. I don't know why. I'm not saying that he should. I'm not saying that it is the right way for Manchester United to go. I'm just saying I just have this niggling feeling, just based on what I'm reading and how I'm seeing Jose appear. I don't know. I can't help but feel like Big Man wants to make a real big return. I don't know. I don't know. We'll just wait. We'll just have to wait and see how that pans out. Speaking of Jose Mourinho, Xavi has been touted. Apparently, the Ineos guys were speaking to Xavi, ex-Barcelona coach. I don't know how true that is. Um, but I'm gonna have my say. As a as a Barcelona fan or somebody that loves Barcelona, I know Xavi is a very good coach. He he's a good coach. He's very he's tactical. He understands players. He reads the game very well. My only issue is if he was to come to Manchester United, I don't think. I think that if Xavi was to come to Manchester United, number one, I think fans need to like brace themselves for an adjustment period because I don't know if Xavi knows any other football other than possession football. Tiki taka. I don't know. So that would be something that he would have to drill into these players. And I think you guys already know that our players, it's like they are blocks of I don't know, wood. They don't want to learn. They don't want to fucking learn. So I don't know how that would work out if Xavi was to come there. Gang press didn't work. You know, we tried to bring somebody, didn't work. So now we want to bring Xavi, who has not like he's established himself as a good manager, a good coach out there, but he has not really cemented himself as an elite. Not yet. If you know what I'm saying. So there's still that naivete, about him. Um, Manchester United would swallow him, especially if he's never played for the club. To swallow him, I honestly think you. Oh man, if I was Xavi, I would run. Like I would look the other way and run. Manchester United is not like it's not for him. Personally, that's what I think. But if they do get him, like, hey, he's a good manager. He's a good coach. He knows how to get the best out of players. He knows how to identify talent. Um, yeah, it'll be a tricky one. It'll be a tricky one. So when I read that topic, there were so many red flags for me. I'm reading and I'm like, all right, cool. And then also the language that they were using, the time frame, because Tuchel just now just got the England job, and Manchester United were talking to Tuchel. Or there was this whole thing. So I'm just trying to think, when exactly did they ever have this discussion with Xavi? Was it before the season started? Was it last season? Was it preseason? When? So that one was bizarre for me, and I was just like, I listen. I mean, if you guys really want to get rid of Erik Ten Hag that bad, Xavi is not bad, but again, the experience is not there. Erik Ten Hag has got more experience than Xavi, unfortunately. Fortunately, however you want to take it, because I'm still Erik Ten Hag in. So that topic threw me off a little bit, but yeah, it was nice to hear. Nice to hear in the sense that it is it possible to actually get somebody like Xavi? I don't know. Like, I don't know. And another thing, when I look at it, I was actually kind of thinking, like, listen, are these journalists tired because we didn't give them anything to write about this whole week? No, they're pissed off because we won against Brentford. The media is angry. They're like, what are we going to write against Manchester United? What? They're doing well. They won the game. What else is there? Let's threaten Erik Ten Hag's job. Yeah. That one always seems to work. Let's threaten it. Boom. That's how they work. So I'm not really phased about that. The last now but not least topic is Mason Mount. Mason Mount, Erik Ten Hag mentioned in his press conferences that Mason Mount will not be in. He's gonna continue his. You see, right there, I have a problem. Remember, this whole time I was like, listen, if there's one person that was excited about Mason Mount, it's me. I was excited. I know what that guy's capable of. I was jealous of the kid when he was at Chelsea, and I'm gonna own what I say. So, Mount, like, even him getting the number 7 shirt, just, you can imagine how much I liked the boy. I tolerated it. I'm like, but it's Mason Mount. Can you imagine? Like, hey, this is Mount. Like, that's how much I've given Mason Mount the opportunity. Now, I'm not. It's not his fault. It's not his fault that he's injured. It really is not. And I'm not blaming him for being injured. However, I'm blaming the people that brought him. I'm blaming the people that brought him to Manchester United. If that's going to be Erik Ten Hag, if that's going to be Sir David Brailsford, if that's going to be Ineos, I don't know. But somebody needs to be blamed for that. Listen, I'll blame Erik for it, because you know what? At the time, Erik was the spokesperson for him. Till this day, do not know the true Hollywood story for that Mason Mount deal. And a lot of you might be like, yeah, no, Erik is the one. I still am skeptical. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who authorized it. Because, again, incompetence at its best. How the fuck are you not paying attention to the injury record? How? Mason Mount has just been injured ever since he's been at Manchester United. Like, what the fuck? Not even one full season. Not even half a season of Mason Mount football. We can't. No. This has to stop. Manchester United scouting, whoever you fucking are, you need to do your due diligence. Freaking make sure that these players are fit, don't have some very chronic or serious diagnosis, whatever. Like, don't. We don't want problems at Manchester United. You look at Mason Mount. Mason Mount, I kid you not. This season, Mason Mount was supposed to spearhead our attack. If this boy was fit, I think we would have scored more goals. That's just me saying whatever I want to say with my chest and owning it. It's the fact. The way he was pressing in the beginning of the season, my God. Pressing demon that was. I just sat there going, oh my God, Mason Mount. Give it to me, Baba. Yes! He was on it. Then he picks up an injury. And then immediately he comes off that team. The pressing is not doesn't exist. Now you're gonna be there. Oh, Ben, you're just talking about pressing. Yes, yes, pressing. Because Mason Mount was the player that defended from the front. Am I confusing you? Defending from the front. You can only defend at the back. My friend, you can defend from the front. Strikers can defend from the front. How? Putting pressure on the opposition in their half. That's defending from the fucking half. Mason Mount is the best at doing that. Keeping those people occupied so that we can regroup ourselves, making sure that we retain the ball. That's what Mason Mount is good for. And right now, his injury has been extended. I am upset with that. I am annoyed, and I don't think I can take it anymore. I don't think so. I think Mason Mount needs to be up for sale as well. Unfortunately, unless things improve, but this guy, he needs to be up for sale. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I love him, but I can't do this. We can't do this. We can't do with players. And listen, he hasn't, look, players right now that are getting injured, they've played 50 games. They've been playing football since last season. They've been playing football non-stop. Those are the people that are getting injured right now. You look at Odegaard. You look at wherever. Think of an injured player, name him. That guy is injured because of being played. Rodrigo, Real Madrid. You know, that you saw that run that he made to save the ball, to give the ball, to pass, and then he pulled his hamstring. Look, these things happen. But Mason Mount, it's like injured, broken. Like, nah. It's too much. Somebody needs to come out and explain Wagwan. And if Mason Mount, like, do you know how long it took for us to wait for Mason Mount to get back? Because we were like, yeah, and then he's back. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that feels like this, but it's driving me crazy. And especially with the sole fact that he's got that number 7 on his back, it's making me lose my shit even more. So I don't know where to stay or what to think. But let me give my quick prediction, or not prediction, how my team for today, and how I think Erik Ten Hag is going to line up just before I end this show. Onana at the back, Maz right back, Delo left back, De Ligt center back, Butcher center back, Ugarte defensive midfielder, Casemiro, Eriksen. Front three speaks for itself. Rashford, Garnacho, Højlund. And I know you're going to be like, but Ben, you didn't mention Ahmad. My friend, I'm tired. I am tired. I cannot sing Ahmad's praises enough. I'm tired. If he plays, he'll play. If he doesn't, what can I do? I will just blame the gaffer. If Garnacho picks up an injury that will last him 2 months, whatever, I'll be like, you see? We saw him just before the international break. Strapped. He strapped his knee. He didn't play in the international break because apparently he picked up an injury. Now we're playing in full force. Ahmad hasn't even played since we got back. And it's like, what? For real? Like are you doing this now? So the Ahmad situation, I don't want to give myself blood pressure. I don't want to give myself I don't get why he's not starting. Every time I see Garnacho start a Premier League game 4, I'm thinking to myself, okay, Ahmad will play in the next game, like the Champions League or the Europa. Then he probably will not, or maybe Garnacho will start, then Ahmad will play the second half, and then in the Premier League, Garnacho will play full game, and then I don't get it. The rotation doesn't make sense to me, and that's one thing that Erik Ten Hag needs to fix. I don't like his rotation. His rotation, how do I put it? When we don't need rotation, we get rotation. When we want rotation, we don't get rotation. That's how best I can say it. That's the best way I can say it. So it's a little bit annoying when you think about it. But other than that, I think Manchester United is going to win. Like I said, 2-1, 1-0, 3-1, 3-2. Those are the score lines that I see in my mind. If we draw, I'll be very, very surprised. I will. I will. And again, this game is another game for us to watch our forwards. I've brought up this topic that I was discussing with Pastor D the other day, that Paul Scholes brought in. Our front, our attackers, the front four, the front six, whatever you want, sorry, whatever you want to call them, are they good enough? Are they good enough to take Manchester United to the promised land? Are they good enough to make Manchester United compete amongst the ones that are up there? The Villas, the Tottenhams, the Arsenal, Chelsea, City, Liverpool. Are they the players to take us there? These games that I don't want to put this pressure on them. I don't. But unfortunately, this is how the football world works right now. I think we have passed. Oh, you know what? Jose Mourinho, in terms of that, Jose Mourinho said the best quote, or they said one of the best things that I heard about Manchester United. He said, Manchester United is one team that has the highest potential, like the highest ceiling. Like, people have not tapped into it. And this is what we that understand and keep on wishing and hoping, but being disappointed by these players. We can see what these guys can do. Jose Mourinho was like, these Manchester United have got the highest potential. And then he was like, the results don't describe how the players are or what the basically saying that don't look at these draws and these small losses and think this Manchester United team is washed. No, no, no. And this is what we've been trying to also preach out and say to a lot of people. This United squad is different. Somehow we're not scoring. And why we're not scoring? Why are we not scoring? Like, it's a topic. Are we going to go in on Garnacho? Garnacho, why are you not scoring? I'll tell you why. There's an element of complacency or an element of carelessness, whatever you want to call it, childishness, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Call it whatever you want to call it. But he has that. There's that sense of being selfishness as well at times. Rasmus Højlund, why is he not scoring? Well, his goal ratio is good. You know, when you look at his XG, expected goals, is very, very good. But what are the opportunities when you get him? I don't like how he gets knocked off the ball so easily. He's a strong boy. He's a strong lad. He should stop throwing himself on the ground. He should hold up. Like, I know a lot of people are like, hey, he's good with this hold up play. I'm just getting tired of the way he kept being knocked off the ball. As a number 9, as a striker, that can't be happening. You need to be protecting that ball. So, Rashford. What's happening with Rashford? Rashford is putting in those crosses. I mean, he's creating chances, but so we are doing everything, but just we're not scoring. So with that being said, I don't want to put it on these guys, but I'm slowly getting in that point or getting to that place where I start to feel like, listen, I think our forward line is not good enough. I'm not trying to stir up trouble amongst the fans. I'm not trying to be that guy. No, I'm genuinely concerned. I really, really am. Because it's like because you see such topics, they make me and Pastor D argue and fight. Because, D will be like, listen, Manchester United are better than the front three of Tottenham or something like that. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. Like, this was kind of like the topic that we were going. And I'm like, whoa! On paper, we might look it. But then the numbers and the stats don't say that. So you cannot say that our players are better than maybe the front three at Nottingham Forest or whatever, if their front three are producing the numbers. Do you understand what I mean? So until those goals start coming in, unfortunately, you guys are always going to be looked at under the microscope. And I just don't know when that turning point is. When are we getting there to the promised land, guys? When are we? I want to go into a team. First half 3-0, second half 3-0. Last night, I watched one of the best football games I have seen to date. Oh my God. Barcelona versus Bayern Munich. Kids, taking over, like humbling a great club like Bayern Munich. And then you look at that Barcelona team. Kurbasi, 17 years, center back. Balde, what, 20, fullback, is 20 years old, 21. Yamal, 17, winger. Casado, 21, defensive midfielder. Pedri, 21, midfielder. Fermin Lopez, 20 or 20. Bro. Then you look at the bench, there's Ansu Fati there. Like they've got kids doing the business. One of the best games I watched yesterday. My sister even looked at me yesterday and she was like, "Oh, I've not seen Manchester United make you feel this way." Anyway, that hurts. It did, because it's true. It's been a while since I've like watched a game where I'm like, "Oh my god," and I'm just because that's what I was doing. I was just clapping. I was just like, "Oh!" Like that was. It has been a while. It has been a while. So I want to get back to that. Manchester United, we used to dismantle teams. It was ridiculous. We would oh my god, gone are those days. But again, thank you everybody for listening to the Glory Reds podcast. It's your boy Don Benito. Please spread the word. Glory Reds, your boy Don Benito is here. Spread the word, guys. Peace.